I didn't take my sister in after her husband punished my son. My sister and her husband are staying with my parents after she lost her job and they couldn't afford their house. My sister has always been critical of my parenting, calling my son a spoiled brat and claiming he has no discipline. Last week, I went to pick up my son from my parents' house, where my sister and her husband were babysitting. My son was in tears, and his face was bright red. When I asked what happened, he told me his uncle had hit him. Furious, I confronted my brother-in-law, who admitted it and claimed my son needed discipline because he was acting out. I lost it. I yelled at him that he had no right to lay a hand on my child and that he would never babysit again. He tried to justify his actions, saying he was just teaching him a lesson, but I told him if he ever touched my son again, I'd call the police. My sister jumped in, saying I was overreacting and that her husband was just trying to help. I told them both they needed to leave my parents' house immediately. My sister started crying, saying I was kicking them out onto the street. I told her I wasn't responsible for where they stayed, but they were no longer welcome around my son. Now, my parents are upset with me, saying I overreacted and that my sister has nowhere else to go. They're pressuring me to let her stay with us, but I refuse. I can't trust them around my son, and I won't put him in that position again. I feel like I'm protecting my child, but my parents think I'm being heartless.